How to be silently attractive. 12 powerful habits inspired by the Stoics. Let's get one thing straight right from the jump. Being attractive isn't about loud suits, flashy words, or being the center of attention. It's about quiet confidence. That magnetic pull people feel when you're around, and you haven't even said a word. Imagine walking into a room and commanding attention, not because you're the loudest, but because there's something about you people can't quite put their finger on. A calm strength, a centered presence. That's silent attraction. And the ancient Stoics? They mastered it thousands of years ago. Today I'm going to show you how to channel that same quiet power in your own life. These aren't just philosophical ideas, they're practical habits that can completely change how people perceive you. You don't have to shout to be heard. Sometimes silence is the loudest thing in the room. Let's break it down. Be authentically you and watch the world lean in. We live in a world of filters, real and metaphorical. Social media tells us to smile when we're sad, nod when we disagree, and laugh at jokes we don't find funny. But the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they had a better idea. Just be real. That's not always easy. But authenticity is like gravity. It pulls people in. When you walk in truth, people trust you, respect you, and feel safe around you. They may not know why, but they feel it. Let me give you a story. In high school, there was a guy named Jesse. He didn't talk much. He wore simple clothes, always had a notebook in his hand, and never tried to impress anyone. But everyone noticed him. What? Because Jesse never faked anything. If he didn't agree, he'd smile and say, "I hear you, but I see it differently." And that was it. No argument. No drama. Just quiet self-respect. Everyone wanted to sit next to him. He was silently attractive. Style is your silent story. Make sure it's telling the truth. Stoicism doesn't mean walking around in a robe with no interest in how you look. It means choosing style with intention. That doesn't mean brand names or luxury. It means authenticity. Ask yourself, do your clothes reflect who you are? Are you dressing to be seen or to be understood? Look at someone like Steve Jobs. A black turtleneck, jeans, and sneakers. Every single time. Not because it was fashionable, but because it was him. Predictable, simple, focused. That's a brand of silent power. And people knew exactly what he stood for before he said a single word. Your style should tell your story, quietly but clearly. Body language, the real language of power. Think of someone you know who exudes confidence just by walking into a room. You know what I'm talking about. Shoulders back, head high, calm, deliberate movements. No fidgeting, no unnecessary noise. That's posture with purpose. And the Stoics were all about purpose. Body language speaks before you ever open your mouth. Stoicism teaches us to be aware of the signals we send. Because your movements, your stillness, your eye contact, they're all reflections of what's going on inside. Next time you're in a room, try this. Stand tall, ground your feet, and don't say anything. Just observe. You'll be shocked how many people start noticing you without you even trying. That's silent attraction in motion. Your scent should speak for you, softly. Most people underestimate the power of fragrance. But let's be real, a single whiff can lock someone into a memory forever. One of my friends used to wear this earthy, cedar-heavy cologne. It wasn't overpowering, but it lingered just enough. He walked past and you could feel his presence even after he was gone. That's a signature scent. Not loud, but unforgettable. The Stoics taught intentionality. So don't wear a scent because it's trending. Wear one that reflects who you are. Cool and clean? Try citrus or marine. Warm and introspective? Go for woody or amber tones. Fragrance is your invisible halo. Choose wisely. Speak through manners, not just words. In a digital world where people interrupt, overtalk, and multitask during conversations. Genuine manners are shockingly rare. And wildly attractive. The Stoics believed in virtue, and that virtue extends to how we treat others. Really listening is a superpower. Being on time, saying thank you, holding the door. These little acts of presence communicate volumes. People remember how you made them feel more than what you said. Silent attraction is often just exceptional behavior carried out consistently. Presence is magnetic and rare. Let me tell you about Natalie. She wasn't the most talkative person in meetings, but when she looked at you while you spoke, it felt like the room disappeared. She wasn't just hearing you, she was with you. That's presence. And in a world where people scroll through phones during conversations, that kind of attention is intoxicating. Stoicism teaches us to be where we are, to let go of regrets about the past and worries about the future. Just be here. When you do that, people feel it. And they want more of it. Be present. That alone will make you stand out in a distracted world. Let a little mystery do the talking. You don't need to post every thought you have. You don't need to explain every detail of your life. In fact, sometimes the most attractive thing you can do is say less. Mystery isn't about hiding. It's about restraint. And restraint is power. One of the most magnetic people I've ever met was a woman named Clara. She was friendly, kind, but private. She never over-explained. She listened more than she spoke. And when she did speak, it mattered. You leaned in. You cared. That's mystery. That's silent magnetism. Learn from the World.It expands your aura. The Stoics believed in universal wisdom. They encouraged people to learn from others, to broaden their perspectives. And guess what? That cultural curiosity shows. When you can reference a Japanese tea ceremony, a French poet, or an African proverb, not to impress, but because it matters to you. It creates intrigue. People sense depth, and depth is attractive. So read books from other cultures. Watch foreign films. Try new cuisines. Let your mind grow wider. People can feel that openness, and it makes you unforgettable. Compassion is quiet. But it echoes. One of the most attractive traits? Compassion. Not the loud, performative kind. The quiet, I see you and I care kind. There's a story about a man who took the same train every day. One day, an older woman dropped her groceries. Everyone looked. No one moved, except him. He calmly helped her. No words, just action. Later, a girl who witnessed it said, "That was the most attractive thing I've ever seen." Real compassion doesn't need to be shouted. It's whispered through actions. It speaks volumes. Don't forget the power of laughter. You may not think of the Stoics as funny, but they weren't robots. They understood life's absurdity. And embraced it. Being able to laugh, especially at yourself, is disarming. It creates comfort. It connects. Humor is humanity's pressure valve. If you can make someone laugh, or even just smile, you're already building attraction. Just remember, the best kind of humor is the kind that doesn't cost anyone else their dignity. Laugh with, not at. Invite joy. Self-care is stoic, not selfish. Contrary to popular belief, the Stoics weren't all about suffering. They believed in taking care of yourself, not in luxury, but in discipline. Getting enough rest, eating well, moving your body, reflecting, saying no when you need to. That's not soft. It's strong. The stronger and healthier you are, the more you can give to others. Silent attraction begins with internal alignment. If you're off-center, people can feel it. Self-care realigns your soul. Independence is power in disguise. The Stoics weren't dependent on the applause of the world. They were rooted in their own values, their own truth. And that's what independence really is. Not cutting everyone off, but standing on your own when needed. People are drawn to those who don't need validation but choose connection. It's the difference between someone who texts because they're bored and someone who texts because they genuinely care. That kind of independence, it's magnetic. Call to action. If you've made it this far, you're not just curious, you're ready. You're ready to stop chasing attention and start radiating silent attraction. You don't need to talk louder. You don't need to post more. You just need to align with your values, your presence, your self-respect. So here's your challenge. Pick one of these 12 habits and practice it today. Just one. Maybe it's better posture. Maybe it's saying less. Maybe it's laughing a little more. Start there. And if you found value in this video, help someone else discover it too. Like, share, and subscribe. Join this tribe of quietly powerful people. Because together, we're changing what it means to be attractive. In a world that talks too much, we're choosing to live with presence. More videos are coming. Until then, let your silence speak.